Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today we have the Ohuhu colored art markers. Of course it is Fun Stuff Friday, so we get to play with these today. I purchased these because I have a lot of different markers but not a lot of really soft colors. So these really appealed to me because I really enjoy soft colors. And I have heard so much about the Ohuhu markers that I decided I would give them a try because the pastel set, these really soft, pretty colors, was on sale and still is on sale. Of course, the link for these is in my community tab under Amazon's deals of the day. So if you want to purchase a set of these on sale, you can definitely do so. They are listed in Amazon's deal of the day. They are also listed on my community page, and I will leave a link for them in the About section below. Okay, so with all of that said, these are wonderful. You get a bag, canvas bag, with 48 very soft colored markers in it. You also get this, which is really kind of cool, and it's just a little silicone pad that you can put behind your picture so that the marker doesn't go through to the next picture. It is fairly small, so you're not going to get the entire picture covered with it, so you're going to have to move it along as you go. It also comes with, of course, the information all about the markers and how to color with them, frequently asked questions, things like that. So these marker tips are reversible, so if you fray a tip, you can just flip it over and it's all good to go, which is wonderful. So I'm going to go through some of the frequently asked questions here. It says, I got a dried out pen on arrival. Free replacement is available and on its way to you. The pen dried out after multiple uses. Also, a free replacement is on its way to you. Please ensure the caps are secure when not in use. The pen is bleeding when I open it. This does not affect its use. Please remove the ink I don't understand that. Also, a 50% off discount or a free replacement is on its way. I got duplicate colors. A free replacement is on its way. The ink bleeds through the paper. This is a common problem with alcohol markers. You can put the extra sheet of blank paper between your colorings if this is unacceptable, a full refund is on its way. I've got a defective bag. Let us know, and a free replacement bag is on its way to you. So they do have a lot of coverages for their markers, so it seems. So they've got all different markers. They've got different sets. So they have the Ohuhu, which is a chisel and fine, alcohol-based, currently available in everything up to 200 colors. Now they also have these ones, which is the Honolulu. They are a chisel and brush, also have a fine and brush. They're also alcohol based and they go up to 168 colors. That's a good to know. They also have the Maui, which is a brush and a bullet, and they are a water-based marker and they go up to 100 colors. They also have the Lanai, which is a nylon hairbrush, so like a paintbrush, and those are also watercolor and they go up to 72 colors, which is really cool that they carry all those different types of marker. They also show some blends, which is really cool because I don't blend marker well, so this is good to know what blends that you can do. They also show what colors are included in this set and what colors are in their entire line, which is also good information to know. So it comes with a really good information packet. It also comes with these awesome little cards. They are the swatch cards, and they're a really good marker card. So as you can see, I've put a couple of different colors down here, and they didn't bleed through horribly. They bled through a little bit, but they didn't bleed through like they would on paper. So these are really good to have. I'll be finishing off these swatch cards later on, and I'll keep them in my bag. Of course, I have already done a swatch of these on a full sheet of paper, and of course it is now swatch time. So grab your cup of coffee. This will be very, very quick because of the fact that it is only 48 markers. I don't know why I'm zipping that up. I'm going to be using them in a minute here. This is 48 markers, so it will be very quick. I have, of course, sped it up and also added some music. So grab your cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and we are going to go into swatch time. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. So we've got our swatch sheet here, and it's been a little while, so it's dry now. So you can get a better judgment of what the colors are. When they're wet, they're a little bit different color than when they're dry. So we've got our yellows into our oranges, into our pinks, into our purples, blues, greens, browns, and then into our skin tony color. This one here would be really good for your peachy colors, oh, what is the name of that color now? Some of your lighter skin tones, as well as this one here, would be really good for a really light skin tone. I can't remember the name of the object I'm thinking of, so I'm just going to move on. And then we go into our grays, and it has all different kinds of grays. They have a couple of cool grays, a blue gray, a warm gray, a yellow gray, a couple of red grays, well, 3 red grays. And this one here, I'm not quite sure. It looks like a blue gray, but let's see. Yeah, it's blue gray. So there's a another blue gray there, as well as a green gray. Really pretty, soft soft colors, which is just awesome, especially when you're going to color things such as, I'm going to put this over there, and then we're going to put the marker pad down, and we're going to color this one here, which has all different macarons, different desserts, ice creams, things like that. So we're going to color that one, and we're going to move this over so that you can see it better in the close-up camera. There we go. So, as you can see, there's little macarons, there's some ice cream in a waffle cone, there's a watermelon ice cream stick, a cupcake, and another type of ice cream stick there. Now, this is a very small picture, so we're just going to use the brush tip because of the fact that it is a very small picture. So we're going to take RV 180. Let's see. Not very fond of the bag way of looking at them or finding them. I always find that I have issues finding anything. So this one is called Hollyhock. And I'm just going to go through, and just like every other marker, you have to be really gentle with it around the edges. Test your marker on your picture as you're going. When you get close to an edge, stop and see how far it bleeds, because you don't want it to bleed out of the lines or over something else. So just being really careful around these seeds. Not too worried about the seeds because of the fact that it will I'll be putting black over top of them. So I'm going to actually adjust this for you because it looks out of focus to me. So I'm just going to give it an adjustment to make sure it's in focus. There we go. That's, see, it keeps on. Maybe it's just my glasses. My glasses are, playing tricks on me again. I really got to get a new set of glasses, I think. I'm going to up that brightness for you so you can see it a little bit better. But as you can see, this one here has been taken over by that bleed. So the ones in the seeds themselves, I'm not too concerned about because I'm going to be going over them with a darker color, so it will erase that anyway. Now I will use a different marker because I don't think there's a dark enough. Well, maybe cool gray will work. This set doesn't have a lot of really dark colors, of course, because it is a macaron set, so they're not going to have that black color in there. Now, I don't know if these colors come in the regular sets. Like I said, this is the very first set of Ohuhu markers that I have. So I can't tell you yay or nay on the fact of whether or not it comes with if it comes with the other full sets. So if you buy a 200 and whatever set, I can't tell you if these actually come with the set. I do believe they do, but don't quote me on that. So I'm going to take Cool Gray number 20, and I'm just going to go into this little area here between the rind and the watermelon. And then we're going to take green 120. Let's see, what is the name of that one? Yellowish green. And we're going to color the rind. And then we're going to take this one, which is horseradish. Interesting name. Which is G140. We're just going to do our shading like so. And then we're going to take E220 and we're going to do our dark part of our stick. And then we're going to take E120, or is it 210? It's 210. Doesn't have it 120, it's 210. And we're just going to fill that in. Now I am finding that they are bleeding on this small picture. I expected it because of the fact that it is a absolutely tiny picture. So I'm going to take this cool gray, color in so I can't say that they'll bleed out of every picture, but if you're going to use them, as with every alcohol marker, make sure that you stop before you get to a line, let it bleed out, and then continue. Alright, so we're going to take 210 again. Where did I put it? I stuck it back in. There it is. We're going to take 210 and 220. We're going to take the 220 and we're just, oh, that's the wrong side. We're going to just follow these little dots here. And like I said, it's just going to spread. So now if this wasn't a really small picture, it would be a little bit easier. But whoever said I did anything easy, right? Okay, and I'm going to move that down so you can actually see what I'm doing. So that was the darker of the colors. Now I'm going to take the lighter of the colors, and as you can see, it's spread a little bit. So I'm just going to touch this into those white areas, and it will spread and fill in that area. I don't want to completely remove that dark color, so in order not to completely remove that dark color, because if you go over a dark color with a light color, that light color is going to take over that dark color with markers, or it's just going to move it out of the way. So in order not to do that, I'm just barely touching the page so that that lighter color can fill in the uncolored areas, and that will still leave us that darker color. Now I'm going to take the darker color again, and I'm just going to fill in any areas that I feel got a little too light, like on the edges here where there's going to be a shadow. And I'm just barely touching the page so that the ink is on the page, but it's not going to spread across the page. If you put too much pressure down, you end up releasing a lot more ink. So if you're just going to do really small areas like this, it's best just to barely touch the very tip of the brush to the page. So that you don't end up with too much ink on the page to control. Now we're going to take, I think we're going to do these as sherbets. So we're going to take a nice orange. So this is light orange, which is YR07. And we're just going to fill that in there. And then we're going to take a little tiny bit of R110. There it is. Just a little bit of it here on these little shadow bits here. And hopefully that'll blend in. Then we're going to take a nice pink. So let's do 260. RV 260, yeah. And we're going to just do this. And I'm just going over the whole thing because I know it's just going to take it over anyway. And I'll come back and do some dots on it. And then we're going to take RV 160. And we're going to do our little shadow area. Now just be very careful. Very, very gently touch your pen to the paper, trying to make sure that it doesn't get too hard. Otherwise you'll overtake the colors you don't want it to overtake. And then we have this one here, which we're going to do with a nice Y30, which is lemon chiffon. I'm just barely touching it, just filling in those spaces. Now you can, of course, do it a little bit quicker if you put down a little more pressure, and it'll fill it right in. And then we're going to take a Y230, 230, which is deep cream. And we're just going to do a bit of a shadowing there. Like that. Alright, now we need it's yellowish green, that's not the one I want. I would like 120, well I guess it is the one I want. So we're going to do a nice pastel mint here. A little bit of sage, a little bit of mint, all different flavors going on in there. And then we're going to take 340. Where is it? Green 340, which is horizon green. And we're just going to add a little bit of this darker. It's just slightly darker. It's not a huge amount darker. Green to fill in those areas there. as well as this one here. And then we're going to take our 120 and do the strawberry. And there we have it. And then on this one over here, we don't have a lot of chocolatey colors. So we'll do the outer crust there in an orange. So let's do our YR. So let's do YR. Where is it? No, that's nope. Do the moon? I won't. YR 110. No. Yeah, there we go. We'll do it in peach. So this is a mellow peach. And we'll go back through with a gel pen and fill in the extra little bits. But as you can see, as long as you don't get too close to the lines and put too much pressure on your pen, they're fairly easy to control. But as with every alcohol marker, if you put too much pressure down, you're going to get too much ink and it's just going to bleed all over the place. So now I'm going to take YR70, which is light orange, and I'm just going to fill in those shadow areas, just very, very lightly touching. And any areas that I go over where I shouldn't, of course it does come with a blender pen, so you can erase a little bit. So I'll show you how that works here on this flower. So as you can see, this flower petal has got the orange on it. So we're just going to gently move that orange off. And there we go, I think. Now, so what you're basically doing is you're moving that colored ink with a clear alcohol, and moving it into where the other ink is. It's just by adding a clear alcohol, just pushes it out of the way and allows you to use a different color in that area. Alright, so we're going to do the under area here, and we're going to do that in YR30. If I can find it. Because we're going to make this an entire peachy ice cream. And then this little tiny bit down here we'll do in cream. So let's find YR30. It's Y230. Yeah, and this is why I don't like the bag, because it takes forever to try to find anything. Did I use YR30 for the... No, I used 10. Okay. All right. I'm just going to let it fill itself in there. If it doesn't completely fill itself in, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just touch a little bit more and it'll fill itself in. And then we're going to take Y230, which is deep cream, and we're just going to gently touch where the shadow is. And then we're going to take the cream color, just regular cream, which is YR240. And we're going to color the ice cream part there. And then we've got our browns for our stick. So we're going to start with the darker. And once again, just barely touching. Like that. Alright, now for our ice cream, or our cupcake, we're going to do that in little bits of purple. So we're going to start with V30. So V030, there we go, which is mauve. And we're just going to color in around the cherry there for the top of the cupcake, for the icing. Now, another thing that you have to remember when you're coloring like this, especially if you're putting down your dark first because your light will overtake it, is your light color is going to push that dark color out of the way. Well, that dark color needs somewhere to go. So when you put a dark color on top of a light color on top of a dark color, if you don't give that dark color somewhere to go, it's going to push into areas that you don't want it to push into. And that's why I leave that outer edge a little bit light for now. And once this has moved and done its thing, I will go back through and add a little bit more dark into those places that I want the dark to be. Alright, now we're going to take V20, I think. Maybe. Maybe we'll do that green. So let's take G120. And we'll fill it all in. And then we will take G140. So I'm doing things backwards here. I should have taken G140 first to do the shadows. But you can do it either way. I just find that you get a bit better blend without hard lines if you do it the other way. But because this is really, really tiny, it's not going to make much of a difference. Just putting in a bit of shadow. Now up here underneath the icing, of course, is the cake, and we're going to do it a cherry cake because the cherry's up there. So we're going to find, could have swore there was one called cherry in here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. So we're just going to take pink, which is RV 260. And we're just going to fill in those little bits there. And then I want a little bit of blue. So this is B050. And I'm going to fill in those little spots. And then we're going to take the RV 180. Once again, that's hollyhock. I think that's the closest I have to a red. And we're going to fill in the cherry. And then I'm going to take the darker purple again, which is the V030. And mauve, or mauve, or however you want to say it. And I'm just going to put in a shadow underneath the cherry. I'm going to put a bit of a shadow at the top of the cherry. And then we're going to take our green. This one is horseradish. And we're going to do the cherry bit there. Now we're going to do that here too. I'm just going to color in these leaves. Alright. And now we're going to do carmine red for this macaron here. And then pale lilac for this one here. And then let's see here. Pale blue for this one here. Once again, not worrying too much about the embellishments on the top, because I'll be going over those with a gel pen just to clean them up and make them pretty. And then we're going to take our green. This is green shadow. And we're just going to fill in some of these little leaves that are falling around here. Like so. Okay, now we're going to take E50. And I don't know why my voice is breaking. And do I already have it out? I've got pens everywhere now. Now I can't find what I'm looking for. There it is. Pardon me. Just going to fill in this little shadow area here under the macarons. And around the cupcake. Alright. And I think we're going to do more lemon chiffon. And we're going to do all the flowers in lemon. And then we'll do all the centers in a pinky orange color. I know it's kind of cheating just doing them all the same, but didn't feel there was enough yellow. Okay. Oh, and I need to do this one in hollyhock for this little drip because it's dripping. And I'll go over these little dots that I'm putting in with the hollyhock with the gel pen as well. Alright. Now we're going to take light prawn and we're just going to touch in the center of those flowers. Like that. And now that I've, completed that picture with you guys completely not in the loop, sorry about that. I'm going to fill the macarons with some cream. And there we have it. So those are the Ohuhu pastel colored markers. This is a 48-cent set. It comes with one blender pen. So it's actually a 49 set with 48 colors and a blender marker, which is really cool that they include the blender marker. There is a lot of pertinent information in there about the Ohuhu company, about the markers, about different products that they have. And as you can see, other than a bit of a bleeding issue, because this is a teeny tiny picture, I was able to pretty much color the entire picture with just the pastel colors. They are available on Amazon and they are currently on deal of the day on sale. I'm going to switch you over to the main camera so you can see it a little bit better in the actual colors that it is. So I'm just going to zoom you in, bring you in a little closer there. All right. So as you can see, it does have a really good range of colors that you can definitely color an entire pastel-y macaroni type of theme with the colors. Just gonna see if I can make it a little bit clearer for you. Oh, that's a little too bright. I think that's more the colors, the actual colors. And there we go. That's on the white. Other than stretching it out a little bit and getting you a little closer so that you can see the whole thing. There we go. So as you can see, it does bleed through a little bit. So you have to be really careful where you put it. Make sure that you're going to stop quite a distance from where you want to stop and watch the bleed. If it doesn't bleed all the way to the edge where you want it to go, just go in a little bit and add a little bit more color so that the bleed will move to where you want it to be. Other than that, and that's typical of every alcohol marker. So it's not just the Ohuhus that do that. The Cali Arts, the Banyan, the all of the markers do that. The Parku, all of them that are an alcohol-based marker will do that. So that is my Ohuhu pastel colors markers. This is a 48 set. It does come with this wonderful little pad, and as you can see, that it does bleed through the page on a regular cardstock. This is only a 67-pound cardstock, so it's just going to bleed through a little bit, which is typical. If you color too close to the line, it is going to bleed. That's typical of any alcohol marker. They are nice and juicy. I like the fact that the nibs are replaceable. I like the fact that they do a warranty and do have a really good customer care team. They give you answers to questions as well as information on the company. Also a really good thing as well. So all in all, once again, they are on sale on deal of the day right now, and so are their large sets. I have left a link for this set in my description tab on my channel here. Not my description, on my community page, sorry. And I will be leaving a link to these in the description below. And I just messed that up. Hold on a sec. There we go. So I will be leaving the information for these markers in the description below. Wonderful set of markers. Absolutely gorgeous colors for a pastel set. And that's what I wanted, is I wanted some really, really, really nice, calm colors that were great for doing things like macarons, like doing things like baby rooms, things like that. And these are really, really good for that. So a great addition to the rest of my markers. I would like to say thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and of course I hope that I was able to show you a couple of things about these markers. And enabler alert, I hope that you run out and grab them while they're still on sale. If you want to join me over on Facebook, you can definitely do so by clicking on the link in the description below to the Facebook channel. Just make sure that you fill out the application form and we will get you in there as quickly as possible. I have also reactivated my Instagram account. I haven't gotten into the habit of checking it every day because I have just reactivated it. So if I don't check it every day and I miss your invite to follow, I will get to it as soon as possible. And that information is over on my community tab as well as my banner. Other than that, guys, I have a ton of fun stuff today. So, of course, stay tuned. There will be more videos coming up. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Bye-bye for now.